Are you struggling to combine multiple Spark data frames column-wise in PySpark? It can be quite a challenge, especially if you're used to the simplicity of pandas. But don't worry, you're in the right place. Today we're going to tackle this issue together. I totally get it. Many users have faced the same frustration when trying to replicate the functionality of Pandas' pd.concat method in PySpark. You're not alone in this, and it's a common hurdle for many data engineers and analysts. Here's the specific question we're addressing today. One user asked, how do I concatenate multiple Spark data frames column-wise in PySpark, similar to using pd.concat with access equal to 0 in Pandas? They couldn't find a good solution online. Sound familiar? Let's dive in and find the answer together. So what exactly is the issue here? In PySpark, combining data frames isn't as straightforward as in Pandas. While Pandas makes it easy with a simple function, PySpark requires a bit more setup. But don't worry, we'll break it down step by step. And stick around. At the end of this video, I have a special tip that will make your data manipulation tasks in PySpark much easier. To concatenate multiple Spark data frames column-wise, the user should first ensure they have the necessary data frames ready. In this case, we have two data frames, df1 and df2. Next, the user should import the required functions from PySpark. Specifically, they need to import the Spark session and the functions to work with data frames. Now, the user can create a Spark session. This is essential for working with data frames in PySpark. They can do this by calling Spark session.builder. After setting up the Spark session, the user should read or create the data frames df1 and df2. They can use the create data frame method to create these data frames from lists. Finally, to concatenate the data frames column-wise, the user can use the with column method or the select method. They should select all columns from both data frames. Fun fact, did you know that Spark was originally developed at UC Berkeley's AMP lab? It's come a long way since then, making big data processing much more accessible. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach shared by a user involves using Scala code to concatenate Spark data frames. They suggest creating a new column called row ID in both data frames, which helps in joining them together. This method allows you to combine the data frames column-wise effectively. That's it for that answer. Let's take a look at another one. An alternative approach to merge two data frames column-wise in PySpark involves using the zip function. This method combines the two data frames without performing a join. The user creates two data frames with schemas for their respective columns and then zips them together. A custom function processes the zipped data to create a new data frame with the combined columns. Here's that special tip I promised. Always remember to check the schema of your data frames before concatenating. This can save you a lot of headaches down the line. And there you have it. You now know how to concatenate multiple Spark data frames column-wise in PySpark. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on data manipulation.